that what you call it bucking again though, man. But hey,
We'll see.
we out here in these streets though.
Yeah. I see we trying to get that boy James
Yeah,
Harden.
yeah.
Bro. He already out
Hey,
here.
you know what's funny, man? I was trying to catch some of that early though, man. I was like, oh man, all right, okay, see?
Yeah, if we keep playing
Yeah,
big ball,
hey man. Let's get
we
that.
just don't need we just don't need to go. We just don't need to be trying to go back and forth with them on threes.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Yep.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Can you dig it, sucker?
That never gets old, bro. It never gets old, man. Never gets old, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man.
What's
Ace,
up?
I think that it might be you over there freezing here, homeboy, because I'm looking here and everything is Gucci on my end, Playboy.
I'm not arguing with you, bro. I told you. We'll find out.
But
on the post. I ain't arguing.
But I heard from the research department. And the research department said, hey, it might be us on over here, though. But we gonna make it do what it do. Hey man, playoff though, man. I saw the Thunder boys out here trying to see what's up. They only got to worry about James Harden. What they gonna do?
Man, we ain't worried about James Harden. Like, here's the thing. I told you back when we had our review that if you stop one player, you're fine. Russ ain't out there. So if Harden's gonna get his points, we already know he's an unstoppable force. But Donovan Mitchell has shown you he scored 51 and they still lost. So I'm not worried about Harden getting his points. I just don't need anybody else getting hot. That's my only thing. Latasha, what's going on, girl? I appreciate it. I love this hat. But yeah,
I am curious though, bro. I'm like I told you, man. I subscribe. Now this is the only thing. So I told you, I told you the Charles Venus formula for playoff wins 30-30-20. Now the Russ isn't there to give them 30. If James Harden says, all right, well, if I can give you 40 and somebody else just still gives up the 20, you still are missing about 20 points. So I'm just kind of thinking like maybe the Rockets can make up for it in threes or something like that. But I am just kind of curious on how they are going to make up for the 30-30-20.
Yeah, well, we already got my my Texas boy in trouble, man. He already got like 3 or 4 fouls already on Adams. So yeah, he's normally the one that they be sitting in the corner waiting for James to kick it out for the 3. The other person we got to worry about obviously is Eric Gordon. I mean, don't get me wrong, Houston is full of shooters, but as long as OKC ain't out there trying to go, 3-pointer for 3-pointer, we just stick to the big guy ball. We'll be straight because they ain't got nothing for Gallinari. Gallinari already been giving them problems, and Adams has been giving them problems. So if we can keep the other my boy New Orleans, if he can stay out of foul trouble, then we should be okay. I know that Ferguson has been doing a good job guarding James, and so has Dennis. So we're definitely missing Lou Dort right now. So it's one of those things that they missing Russ, we missing Lou. So we just got to make it do what it do. We got to establish dominance in this first game.
I think that one of the things that I'd be curious about is that, a lot of times people will try to get caught up in the Thunder game and just shoot all threes, when to me it makes sense that, like if I've never known Oklahoma to just be a 3-point shooting team. So if you go ahead and stick with basic basketball and you stick to getting those twos that they'll give up, I don't think that defense is optional these days. So I just think that I don't see why you necessarily, as long as you can play perimeter defense, I don't see why you have to feel like you can exchange threes unless you're behind, and then you have to do it at that point. But I am curious though, man, to see what these boys do though, man. So I don't know. It's interesting. But if anything I've seen from the day, bro, anybody can win. Like I sat there and I watched Orlando beat the Bucks, and they didn't just out 3-point shoot them out there, man. I mean, it was just like a good old fashioned, no, we just played better than you.
Yeah. And I definitely think that anybody could win, which is why I'm not like just it's a foregone conclusion that even the Thunder are going to win today. I mean, the thing is even if you look at the Dallas game from yesterday, you know what I'm saying? If Porzingis doesn't go out, do they beat the Clippers?
I think so. Which is it was surprising to see, right? Because I think that from my perspective, I guess I just thought that I'd be like this. I didn't see Luka coming out and dropping that many points, but even Luka aside, right? It's not even so much as that. I think that I was blown away at how, it's like it's one thing if somebody's doing that kind of hot shot shooting and they all over the place. I was surprised that he was able to get to the paint to score that many buckets. And when they got those perimeter defenders like that, though, man, I was very surprised to see him getting around PG and Kawhi and everybody who they tossed at him, though, bro. So I don't know, man. I do want to watch this game to see who, just like the same way, I want to see if these Laker boys is going to get on out here and really do what they're supposed to do against the Portland Trailblazers, though, man. It should be interesting, though.
Yeah. Just looking at the landscape of the playoffs already, what game has been the most exciting to you and why?
I probably will say the Donovan Mitchell shootout with the Nuggets. And here's how I knew that one was interesting, because I actually saw the replay of that game. I only watched a couple of minutes of the first one. I actually went back and watched the replay of the game. And then it was excited like I didn't even know who was going to win the game. It was that kind of a game to me, though, bro. So it's probably one of the best games I've seen in the bubble so far.
Which one has been the least exciting to you?
The least exciting playoff game? You know what, though, man? I'm going to be honest with you. The least exciting game probably was that Orlando and the Bucks game. And maybe it's because it's Orlando, but here's the thing, though. Orlando took the Raptors to, I think, 7 games or 6 games. They maxed him out there and almost beat them, if I'm not mistaken. Like, it's funny because Orlando plays pretty tough for the first round. But the thing that was wild to me about it, though, man, is that there was no fanciness, nothing about the game just screamed like, you got Aaron Gordon. I don't remember seeing no wild dunks. I don't remember seeing any nobody doing hot streaks of 3-point shooting, nothing. And you know what, man? I don't even know if they even got the 30-30-20. I think that they may have even just outplayed the Bucks with like a couple of guys getting 20s and maybe some 10s, but I don't know, man. I couldn't believe the Bucks went out like that, to be quite honest with you. They just got outplayed, bro.
Yeah. Never told you that, boy. DJ.
What about you? Best game you've seen so far?
I definitely was interested in that Philly-Boston game, man. I thought what Jason Tatum did ever since he cut his hair, man, he's been balling, and they had him mic'd up too, so he was even more amped. And to see this is a big year for Embiid, man. This your first time you got your own shoe. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's dependent on you since Ben Simmons is out. Like, everything is riding on him. And so the fact, like, when he came out of the game, they were struggling to score. So, that one was a really good game for me. I didn't watch the whole thing, but from the parts that I saw, it was very exciting to watch that game because Boston is looking really good. The boy Gordon Hayward is out for the rest of the time, looks like, with a bad ankle sprain. So, it's going to get interesting now to see, if everybody else from Boston can step up.
Yeah, you know the thing that I am curious about though, man. Like I told you before, my 30-30-20. Joel Embiid probably will go a game. He did this last game here and probably scored like 20 something, but you got to be in them 30s. And so now I'm just sitting here thinking like, well, who else on their team is going to get them in their 30s like that? Like, I don't know. Like Ben Simmons isn't there. And so that means that if Ben Simmons isn't there, that means that to me, Joel Embiid has the average high 30s, not just 30. He's going to have to go 35, 36 a game, and then maybe at least once or twice go for 40. And I just don't see him play consistently back to back to back enough for me to feel comfortable with him getting past the Celtics, because the Celtics, bro, when I looked at all of their young players showed up. Jason Tatum had like 30. Jaylen Brown had like 29, right? Kimba had 19. So they hit the averages of 30-30-20. But then, even before Hayward got hurt, he came in with his couple, 15, 17 points or whatever it was. But they had all the other players come in and chip in. And they just seemed like even with Hayward gone, I think that their attack is just so well balanced. With them giving you the players on any given night that not just can give you 30, but I think that they know that that's what it's going to take to go ahead and get through the playoffs. So, bro, so I think it wouldn't surprise me if they swept them, though, to be honest with you, though, bro.
Yeah, a series that I'm not necessarily like in tune with is the Thickums and the Raptors. I mean, I like how Van whatever his name is, he's been playing, but yeah, I don't know. I expect them.
You like how Kyle Lowry been playing?
No, I don't care about Thickums. I just, it's one of those things, bro. I'm not interested in that series at all, and it could possibly be because of Thickums, but I mean, at the same time, we'll see what happens with them, bro. I definitely was interested in.
He's been balling.
Doesn't matter. I definitely am interested in this Clippers Dallas series, though. I think that this is a good test for the Clippers. I think that they definitely are gonna have to step up. Like it's already showing that PG, man, is taking over in the playoffs, man. What's going on, Mark? PG is taking over, man. I like to see that, man, because I told you I'm a big PG fan. I know you're not necessarily as high on him like that, but
okay, there you go. Because I was about to say, I thought you was about to say I'm not a PG fan. I like PG game. No. I'm just looking for him to prove it, though. And so I do. Here's the thing, though. I do see that Kawhi is deferring, and maybe Kawhi is saying, "I'm gonna go ahead and pick my spots, and I'm gonna wait until it's all on the line." Maybe he's kind of deferring for later on. But I do see PG kind of, being that 1A at most of the Spurs, even though Kawhi, gave a quiet 30 points, but PG came up and did what he was supposed to do, though, man. I respect it. Yeah.
Yeah. And, PG is going to put it down on both ends of the floor, and people have been feeding off of his energy. PG has been out there. Like, I like how his ball handling has been. He definitely, but again, with that aside, they still gonna have to step it up because Dallas shouldn't be this close. They're very physical team, so they have that type of energy to, because if you rough up Doncic just a little bit, he tend to get rattled. So you with Pat Beverly, man, Pat Beverly was doing his Pat Beverly thing where he had his hands behind his back and was leaning all up on people. Like, he was doing his Pat Bev thing. So my thing is that I'm really excited about that series. And obviously I'm waiting to see if AD is going to show up tonight.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Those are the two series that I'm actually watching, because here's the thing. If Dallas was going to do something right, now is the time that they would want to do it. And I say that because you still got Trez, who still looks like he is not in shape. They were talking about, oh, he was hungry. He this. Like, bro, listen, I don't care what nobody said. Unless he was telling me he was playing pickup ball for the entire time, I think that he just looked like he was gassed out there, right? And so I think that even then, because he isn't quite in that shape, I think they said something like Dallas had like the #1 rated offense this year with all the different little next level metrics or whatever. So I think Dallas got the offense to do it in a defense optional game these days, though, man. So I definitely think that it'd be interesting, though, bro. I think that, like I said, I thought that if Porzingis didn't get technical and get tossed out, I thought Dallas was gonna win it, though, man. And like I said, more than anything, for that Lakers game, I am definitely watching the game solely to see what Anthony Davis does in the fourth quarter. I'm watching the whole game, but I'm putting my eyes specifically on the fourth quarter, bro.
You talking about the fourth
we got to see what's up.
You talking about the fourth quarter, and I'm talking about seeing if he gonna play the whole game. Like, he got to show me something, bro. He got to show me something. And
I'm not even concerned about him for the first 3 quarters. I think for the first 3, he's gonna be good. It's fourth quarters where he disappear.
But talk to me though.
If for some reason if he falls back early on, it's because LeBron then already turned up in the game then already got out of hand, so he might take it easy. I'm talking about if the game is within 10 points. I want to know where AD is in the fourth quarter.
Okay, so tell me matchup wise, what is the Lakers gonna do with Portland, bro? Because I just don't see who are they gonna have guarding who.
So I think that it's gonna be guarding by committee on Dame, right? So here's what I think. I think what the Lakers are relying on is history telling you. History is telling you that if Dame plays well, CJ's going to play well. But if Dame doesn't play well, CJ's not going to play well, right? So I think if anything, right, I think CJ probably has more moves than Dame as far as in his bag. But I think that Dame has more range to make up for that, right? So I think that you can get up in CJ McCollum to shut down the range. So because that's the case, I think that once you get KCP back, I think you can put KCP either on one of them. Who is there? Who the hell? Danny Green is probably going to end up guarding one or the other. So whoever you want to put on there, Danny Green or whatever, whoever you want to put on him. Either way, whoever you think is the better. If Danny Green is better, if KCP starts, whoever it is between KCP and Danny Green, I think they're going to guard Dame. That's what I think. And as long as you got Dame, I think that's the key. So anybody else, I think that you can do whatever.
Man, I really hope that Melo shows up, bro. I hope he has one of his at least 20 pointers, man. I need him to have a big game. And I'm hoping that McCullough can go at a high level like he was when they were playing for their playoff berth. He was killing. I mean, Dame was even deferring to him. So I'm hoping that he still has it going. I think that the thing is that I think the advantage that Portland has is the fact that they've already been in playoff mode because every game is their most important game. So they're already in it, where the Lakers are going to have to try to turn that on tonight. So I'm interested in seeing how they deal with that adversity, because I really do think that Portland
here's what's crazy though. More than anything though, right? What I'm thinking is that I just don't know who Portland has who's going to guard LeBron. Like, it's going to have to be Melo if Melo starts. And I think that LeBron's just faster than Melo. I think that even if you put anybody else on him, it's a mismatch. And I think you put CJ McCollum on him, he's going to back him down. You put Melo on him, he's going to go around him. I think that, and that's in addition to you already think Nurkic can guard AD or whatever you said about that. So I either way, Doc, I'm looking for LeBron to go ahead and average about 35 against Portland, though, bro. And I think that LeBron averaging 35, as long as LeBron's averaging 35, then it goes back to, well, is AD going to show up in the fourth quarter? Provided he does, I think that that'll be enough. I don't see enough from who's going to guard LeBron. And I get the point of, well, who's going to guard their guards. I just think that because LeBron's not just looking to finish, he's looking to facilitate, playmate, get other people involved. I just think that just makes him that much more of a harder guard versus you trying to figure out on the Lakers who's going to guard them, because ultimately they're just going to score, right? They're not really like CJ and Dame aren't necessarily looking to drop the most dimes or whatever. So I think that I think LeBron presents a matchup nightmare for them though, bro.
Bro, I think LeBron's only gonna have 26 tonight, bro. I ain't gonna front. Like, I'm just saying, man, I need all these Laker fans and all these analysts and everybody that's just waiting for the Lakers to turn this switch on. Y'all gotta show me, bro. Like, I'm so sick of talking about it.
It's not the Lakers. It's just LeBron, bro. I can't account for nobody else except for what LeBron. And my thing is that my eye has told me that LeBron has done more with less. And I can't ignore that, bro.
It's not, I'm not ignoring it. I just, like I said, the biggest person who got to prove something to me is AD. Like, show me why they spent all this stuff to get you. And let me see what you're going to do. Because you ain't been consistent to me. And I get it. You ain't playing hard because it's the bubble. You got the first seed. You trying to chillax and take it easy. Okay. Show me, bro. That's what I want to see. And then I need you to do it for games. Now, Nurkic was out there balling. I don't know what you was talking about. That dude
Nurkic.
Now, granted, he has something to hoop for because obviously his grandmother passed. And so, now that's a chip he has on his shoulder. He's out here with his boys where he could be back, preparing for the funeral and stuff like that. So he's got something to play for, man. And I'm looking for big things for him tonight, man. I think he gonna give him some problems. I don't know what the matchups is gonna be as far as like whether he will guard AD or whatever the case may be, but I'm definitely know he gonna give somebody some problems. He definitely putting JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard on the bench.
I think this is what I think. It wouldn't surprise me that if Nurkic out rebounded Anthony Davis. I think that Nurkic probably, even if Anthony Davis scores more points than him than hooping, I still anticipate Nurkic still hooping. I think that within reason, I think he'll do what he does, right? I think that, but I just think that if Anthony Davis at A game Anthony Davis, bro, and A game Nurkic, it's a no-brainer to me. It's a no-brainer. AD is just too. He got his footwork though. It's impeccable, man. It is impressive, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what you do, man. Definitely excited. I feel like the whole playoffs has been so exciting. I haven't looked forward to basketball like this in quite some time, to where I'm actually invested in the other teams. Typically, when the playoffs hit, I'm only concerned about the Thunder. And while I'm very much concerned about the Thunder, especially because we're losing right now, I am excited to see the other matchups, and I'm very concerned about other games, especially now that we're in the playoffs and all these analysts have only been talking about the Lakers and the Clippers. I'm ready for them to put some respect on other teams' names.
Well, I think that the reason why, at a minimum, right, if you're a basketball fan, and even let's say for me, I told you before, I'm more so a fan of players than I am of actual teams, right? I was always a fan of players. Like, I'm a LeBron fan, but I'm not a Lakers fan. I wasn't a Cavs fan. I wasn't a Miami Heat fan, although I was a D Wade fan before LeBron got there, right? But I think if you're a fan of just teams, though, bro, I think that this year, more than any other season, bro, I mean, you should realistically feel like, listen, all you have to do is play your game. And provided you do that, you have a chance, probably more than this time than any other time. Because when you think about it like this, though, bro, you think about it, part of the reason why you wanted to get the highest seeds that you could was mainly because, you got to go home. You didn't have to worry about the travel as much. You know what I'm saying? You were playing for things that afforded you to be the number one seed or the higher seed. Well, now that you take that out of that and you take travel out of it and you take home court advantage out of the situation, now it's like all those things that you think come along with the advantages of you being a number one seed traditionally, none of that applies. It's all out the window. And so I think that for that reason alone, you should just feel like, listen, man, like if you are if you're the Nets, right? If you saying, listen, man, I don't think I got all of my guys on out here, right? But as long as I got the ones that I got playing good without Kyrie, which everybody plays better without Kyrie, then I think that they feel like, listen, we might not win the whole thing, but they got to feel like they can line up and beat anybody on any given day. So I don't know, man. It's like what a time to be a team in the NBA these days, though, man. This is the year.
Yeah, and man, bro, the Miami and Pacers game, obviously Victor Oladipo going down with injury, but that boy Jimmy Butler was out there. Jimmy Buckets out there, bro. He was getting busy.
Listen, bro, I think that's one thing I had on my notes. I think it's official for me now. Jimmy Butler is probably one of my favorite 5 players, bro, in the league. Jimmy Butler is probably let me tell you what's funny. I thought about that when I was watching Jimmy Butler play, and I don't think at all that I think if I had to tell somebody how I play basketball or my style of basketball when I'm playing, it's probably Jimmy Butler, where he's a scorer but not a shooter. You know what I'm saying? He plays defense. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get up in, he's going to get some skill, and he's going to get some steals. He's going to do all around game, though, man. And I looked at Jimmy Butler, and I was thinking, like, yeah, Jimmy Butler is how I would describe how I've played. And even now, I got my old man knees, but it's like an old Jimmy Butler, though, bro. So I think that's why I like Jimmy Butler. I saw the game today, and I still like how he took on the challenge of playing against TJ Warren, who's been hot. And then said, nah, bro, we is not the same. And he got out there and was talking and was holding out all that, though, bro. I'm dying to see if they get it, if the Sixers play, and if they beat the Celtics. I would love to see Jimmy Butler go back to Philly and then whoop up on Joel Embiid, though, bro, because I know he just be talking, boy. Golly, I love to see that, though, bro.
Yeah, man, it's very interesting, and it's definitely looking like it can be because here's the thing, the backups for the Pacers were even playing well. So, you know, obviously they've been on a stretch without Victor Oladipo for quite a while, but not having Sabonis out there is quite a bit different. But they still were actually handling business, so maybe they can bounce back, or maybe that Victor Oladipo, maybe it's something very tiny where he can bounce back pretty quick to be ready for game 2, but. You know, obviously teams are going to just look at the first game, use that as some good footage and be able to turn things around so they can make it an interesting series.
So real quick, I'm going to put you on the spot before we switch topics here. Your favorite 5 players right now.
My favorite
Just 5.
Okay.
Who you got? Your favorite 5 right now.
My favorite 5 right now, obviously, I have Russell Westbrook. I have Chris Paul. I have Damian Lillard. I have Paul George. And I have my number 5. My number 5. Hold on, because it's coming to me. And I have to say Melo. Yeah, those are my 5 right now.
I think if I said my 5, LeBron, in no particular order aside from LeBron would be number 1. And any other order, Russ, Jimmy Butler, Giannis, and dang, oh my gosh. You know what, bro? I think I can just stop at that 4. I'm not gonna even. Oh, you know what, man? I'm gonna say Jason Tatum, bro. I like watching Jason Tatum play. I enjoy the way he plays. So I would say favorite, and not to say that he's the best, but as far as people who I just genuinely like watching, I would say Jason Tatum. And if I had to extend it out, I probably would even throw in Fred VanVleet in there. I like watching them play. Kimba, like watching them play. I think I like the Celtics young core, man, of Kimba, Jaylen Brown. Plus what Jaylen Brown played out there in Marietta, though, bro, and he was a ball out there. So I like him. Yeah. Anywho, man, let me ask you though, bro. I want to get your thoughts. I saw that the DNC first date was yesterday, though, man. Highlighted by my girl Michelle Obama giving her speech. And it was different because it was recorded and streamed, I'm assuming, of some sorts, though, man. I wanted to get your thoughts about it, though, bro.
I didn't really catch any of it. I caught some highlights. I know the Breakfast Club was talking about it, or I seen that they had some Republicans out there that was actually like, listen, man, this goes beyond party. Like this is about civil duty to the people and to the country. And so I'm just saying, like, if I'm breaking away from my party or even gonna, show my loyalty to this Democratic candidate, you should see how serious this is. And then, you get all the reports and stuff about 45 deciding not to fund certain things for the postal system so that it will slow down those votes because he feels like that is jeopardizing his chances of winning. There's so much going on with this election right now that people just really got to just be awoke enough to understand that how important it's going to be for us to get out and voice our opinion on who we want to lead this country. Not only that, you have Kanye West, who's still out here spewing everything that he's spewing and is essentially going to siphon some of the votes away. So it's people just really need to be quite informed, no matter who they decide to select, but they need to be informed and understand that there is a larger picture than just Democrats versus Republicans in this particular election.
I think that one of the things that was interesting, though, man, is that if you know me, I love me some Obamas. Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, especially Michelle Obama. But bro, no, I'm gonna say especially both of them. I love everything about the Obamas, though, bro. I thought that it was funny that the boy 45 came out after Michelle Obama didn't necessarily jump on her like he typically could, though, man, like he's been known to do. But I thought what was interesting about it is he says, oh yeah, you can tell basically that, and I'm paraphrasing, oh, you can tell that it was just pre-recorded, it wasn't live because her numbers about the death tolls are old. And I'm thinking like, bruh, if you fact checked it, you are right that the numbers are old, but you do realize that the numbers have increased in. So they're worse than what she said, though, bro. Like, I'm blown away at how smug and how proud he always seems to be of himself, though, man. But I thought that it was she said something very profound, more than anything else. And she said, listen, man, this man just isn't the person that we need right now. And then said, it is what it is, though, man. And it was one of the most blackest of black things that I could have thought someone could have said, like, hey, bro, I'm sorry to hurt y'all feelings, but it is what it is. And the fact that it came from my girl, Michelle Obama, though, bro, I was like, yo. So I thought that was the highlight, but I wanted to take it back because I saw that Cardi B out here with that WAP is out here interviewing the boy Jovante Biden. Now, Ace Kennedy, my question for you is this.
What's up?
Do you see any particular issue, or do you see it as a negative? Whatever your perspective is, tell me your perspective of when you see Cardi B interviewing Jovante Tyrone Biden to talk about his presidential election and what he's going to do.
I think it's a big look for a couple of reasons. I mean, the thing is that obviously Cardi B has a fan base that's going to be a little bit different, that may not necessarily be as involved with politics as you would think. So the fact that she's using her platform to do her own research is good on her. Regardless of what anybody says about what she's doing, how she's doing it, she's using her platform to do what what she knows how to do. You know, earlier on, obviously, she had greatly endorsed Bernie Sanders. And since his campaign is no longer going, she's still being responsible with her vote and looking to the next best thing in order to help get 45 out of office. And so the thing is that, again, regardless of what people think about how she's doing it or what she's doing, she is using her platform to bring awareness to what's at hand here.
I think it's interesting though, bro, because I agree with you. I can appreciate. So even if you were saying, listen, we're just using Cardi B, right? I don't think that Cardi's stupid, right? She has to know. She has to know if someone reached out to her, then they have to recognize that Cardi B has millions of followers, right? And then Cardi B can go live and have millions. I'm talking about, it's crazy how many millions of people tune in for Cardi B to go live every day. And when you really think about the difference between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton and how much of a difference the vote was, I mean, you would like to think that, you know, hey, Cardi B got, let's say she got 25 million voters, right? That 25 million people that support her, 25 million people that follow her platform, right? The same way if somebody did the same with LeBron, right? LeBron has like 50 million, 60 million, you know, followers in social media and everything like that. I thought that it was smart even for them to say, all right, well, her generation would be younger voters or whatever. They don't really probably know a whole lot about Joe Biden's past and his past voting history and positions about certain things. They just know right now he's a guy who's going against Donald Trump, right? So I think that it made sense for them to, you know, select Cardi B. But I also think that even for Cardi though, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that it's a good look for Cardi though, man. I mean, it's not to say that people are going to take her serious as tell me your political views and run with it, but I do think that it shows that, you know, Cardi B is being socially responsible with her platform and with her celebrity though, bro. So I think that's dope though, man. And I wanted to bring that to your attention because I saw something where you know, your girl, Candace Owens, right? She's had some kind of tweet where she was like, you know, this is the reason why, you know, politicians or Republicans don't take black folks serious because we seriously got Cardi B interviewing the potential president for the United States. Like, really? And I was thinking, like, what? Like, isn't that what that she's known for? Like, she does clickbait kind of stuff, and that's how she leverages her platform to get her opinions of. So I was like, isn't that just kind of ironic you saying that of all people though, bro? So it's crazy though, man. But I loved seeing Cardi in that character. She had a little business suit on when you don't never see her in a little business stuff. I was like, what's up, Cardi? Come on, bro.
No, man, it's definitely a big look, and nobody's paying attention to Candace Owens, bro. Everybody knows that she just be saying stuff just to say stuff. That's her, like you said, that's her platform. So that's again, Cardi is not worried about that. Cardi has been talked about by less people. So the thing is that, again, regardless of what anybody thinks about how or what she's doing, she is definitely using her platform. And it's gonna, you know, even if it gets another person to sit up there and go vote, it's another person. So I'm just saying, man, it's a very, very good look for her to be doing that.
Let me ask you a question there.
What up?
Do you think Javante Tyrone Biden has heard WAP or knows what WAP means?
I'm sure that some of his aides have probably, his publicists definitely had to put that on his radar because they was like, sir, just want you to know he has to be informed about that. But at the same time, you know, just funny you bring up WAP because it actually has been in the news here lately for, I mean, you know, good or bad. You know, you see the boy,
Right.
why am I forgetting his name when everybody say I look like him? And oh my gosh, Goody Mob. Uh
Twister,
no, no,
CeeLo.
no, CeeLo. Yeah, CeeLo had to
Why they
apologize.
say you look like all the short, round fellas?
Of course, because we all look alike. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I put on glasses, and then if I sing a CeeLo song, it just, oh, it's CeeLo. Like I walked away from somebody at church. They was like, yeah, I was telling somebody that we got somebody that looks like CeeLo that sings at church, and I just walked off. No,
Duh, you don't look nothing like CeeLo to begin with. Maybe it's because you got the bald head, though, bro.
that's
I don't
it.
know.
I had the bald head and I had on.
What was CeeLo? What was CeeLo's thing about?
So in an interview, he said something about that as adults, you know, there's a time and place for adult language and stuff like that. So it was kind of a sidebar criticizing the song. And of course, he came out and basically said, like, listen, it was taken out of context. You know, I respect any artist and their creative freedom to do what they want to do, and especially as Black females. And if they want to basically, you know, express themselves in that way, then I apologize because I respect both women, this, that, and the other, yada, yada, yada. You know, the typical response that you would see. So the thing is, it's been getting both negative and positive press, but at the end of the day, what people don't understand, positive or negative, is getting press. Because the thing is that it's one of those things, again, like if you're talking about the song in a negative light, now people want to go and see what you're talking about. Even when the whole thing came out with Kylie Jenner, you know what I'm saying? Now people want to go see the video to see why people want her out of the video. Like all that did was just boost numbers, boost ratings. Now this song is the first song in history to be a song that's collaboration by females to be a number one. So that means it's made history. And so can't do nothing but applaud these women, whether you like the song or not. It's definitely had success. And me and you called it when we first heard it that this was going to be one that was out of here.
First, as soon as I heard, I knew it was out. I knew it was out the park the minute I heard listen, before I even heard what they were saying, when I first heard the beat and I heard that there's some O's in this house, I knew it was. I figured that you'd have to be trying your best to blow that one. But here's what I think is funny about that, though, right? So I think that what I think is interesting to me is that I think that people are having a hard time seeing women. You know, usually, okay, so this was crazy. Usually you see men objectifying women, right? And it's a normal thing, right? But I think that it's interesting to me that they're doing the objectifying, right? Like you think about it, what they're talking about, even in the video, there's no men in the video, right? So you're making a song where you're kind of tantalizing and teasing men, no men in the video, right? And so I think that when you look at it, remember, it's people have a difficulty for some reason of, and it better not be nobody of our age from what we even heard. We talked about that last time, but I'm just saying though, like people for some reason have a problem right now with women objectifying, if that's what you want to call it, women, but they never have the problem with men doing it to women.
But here's the thing though, right? So it has to be cancel culture that has so much uproar with this particular song. Here's why. I didn't see nobody really saying nothing about Miley Cyrus riding a wrecking ball half naked. Like I'm just saying, like there has been more song, and while the content necessarily, like the lyrics might be different, we, like you said, we grew up on an era of Lil' Kim. Like there is just we grew up on My Neck, My Back. We grew up on T-shirt and panties. Like there are so many songs.
Trina.
Yeah, I mean, there you can go. The list goes on for days. If you grew up in our era, this is just what it was. And the thing is that at the end of the day, if you like it, support it. If you don't listen, don't watch it. Like you get to choose what you want to see. And so people that always kill me when they're trying to, we need to get this off the airwaves. We need to cancel this and do that. No, we don't. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. Don't watch it. At the end of the day, again, the negative press is helping the song. So it really doesn't bother. I'm so grateful and happy for them. I know Cardi celebrated with Meg. She sent her some expensive purse or whatever like that, autographed it and got it tailor-made or whatever the case may be. So, so it's a good look, man, for these women, especially because Megan Thee Stallion needs some type of positive press right now, because it's definitely hushed down the conversation about her and Tory Lanez. So it's a great look for her. And it also helps to validate Cardi with her conversation with the potential president of the United States.
If you don't like the song, guess what? Come on, man. I just put my video out on YouTube, bro. Go listen to mine instead there, bro. Promise you'll like it, though.
Facts.
Anywho, likable, listen, like that's big facts. Hey, likable music. Let me switch, because you saw we were talking about this. So Drake puts out Laugh Now, Cry Later. Got Lil Durk in it. Bruh, we already said that who would be a good person to do a versus battle. And I think that Drake just has so many hits, though, bro. So many hits. Ace Kennedy, is Drake ever gonna fall off, bro?
I don't think so. Here's why. I think Drake has an incredible team around him. Like, he has his ear to the streets of what's hot and what's about to be hot. And so the thing is when you have a team around you like that, as long as Drake doesn't come within any scandals to where, they get him for something, for cancel culture for anything, Drake is going to always be on top as long as he wants to do music. Now, I know in the past he said, I think like he said when he turned 35, he wanted to retire. But I just think he just has kicked it into a new gear. I think, man, I if anything, Drake is treating this like a sport. He is definitely the LeBron James of music. If Jay-Z is Michael Jordan, he is LeBron James, because he has found a way, just how we look at LeBron James and we're like, yo, he's been playing in the league for this long and he does not even look like he's slowing down one bit. That's exactly how Drake looks. And Drake just has a formula. He has a team around him that seem to know he knows who's about to blow, or he's the one that makes them blow. Like, he's still in position that where if he jumps on the song, he has now basically tipped the hat to you, like you're the next thing going. So now you can put something out. Drake is on fire, bro. And I don't see him stopping. Here's the last thing I'll say so that you can comment on it. But Drake is one of those artists, right? He can have a song that necessarily would miss in his book. But the fact is that because of who he is, you're going to go and listen to that song and just to see what it is. And then if you don't like it, he going to drop another song and you're going to go listen to that one just to see if it's going to top that one. So it's just, man, I hate to say, bro, he's the GOAT, bro. He is that dude, man. What you think?
Wait a minute. What GOAT? What GOAT do you mean?
I think that, if I'm being honest, I think that GOAT. I think GOAT definitely is a time frame element, because this is why I say that, right? Jay-Z is not one of those artists that's going to follow the mode of I've got to put music out to keep myself relevant. Jay-Z is going to drop music when he's a legend. You know what I'm saying? He's iconic. So I think he's past that GOAT. I think GOAT is the greatest of all time in this era is Drake. And I think that
if you do it by eras, then yes, Drake is the GOAT of it. I'm gonna be honest. Let me just okay. Ace Kennedy.
What's up?
I've been thinking about this, bro. I've been looking at this, and I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm taking out my personal bias, right? And by personal bias, if I'm taking out and not even just not say completely take out. If I just reduce how much my GOAT list is inspired by people who I personally like when you and I, we were talking about, these are my GOATs. These are based off of my favorites. If I had to just say period, I still would say Jay-Z is number one. And Drake is number 2, above Biggie and above Tupac and above Lil Wayne and above DMX and above Kanye West and above Nas. And this is the crazy part about it, Ace Kennedy. He's only getting better.
He is because
he's better. He's better. He's comfortable. And put it like this, though. Hey, this is what I'm saying. Not just the fact that he got the formula down to do it, right? His content is better, right? And I know what it is. Now, follow me where I'm going with this. The reason why Drake is more successful than all of the other rappers that are on the GOAT list, right? It's because Drake, unlike all the other people, doesn't have a hardcore image that he has to maintain. And so because he doesn't have to adhere to that he doesn't have these kind of real street parameters or criteria that he has to maintain that I think holds back other rappers. Case in point, right? So you had Jay-Z. Jay-Z was the dope dealer, street dude turned business guy. And that was Jay-Z's brand, right? Biggie was the crack dealer who turned rap, and now he's a GOAT. That's his brand. So every time you saw them, they were within that box of this is their brand. DMX, street dude, right? Tupac was the one who was more of an enlightened street dude, right? But Drake never came off like he was a street dude. And so because he's never came across that, he's never had to put himself in a box of, I'm going to do these kind of features. I'm going to go and work with these kind of artists. And so because he's not bound by any of those normal things that the GOATs are, it makes him more accessible musically, right? You can hear him on different kinds of sounds. You can see him featured on more kinds of music because I think that he's universally accepted and not for being a street dude. And I think that that's the reason why he can have longer longevity because he doesn't have to be hard in every single rap. And he doesn't have to make singles and be hard. And I think that when he does his features, he can do features with any street dude, typically would out-rap them on their songs, has a better verse. But outside of that, though, right, he can go and do Afrobeat features with somebody. He can go and do something with somebody who's reggae style, dancehall. Drake can do everything, but not just that he can do everything. He does it, and I think that it's because he's universally accepted for not being a street dude, and it's okay. That's the difference to me between his longevity and someone else's, because Jay-Z isn't gonna do a feature with I don't know anybody. I mean, not even Lil Durk. I mean, but you could pick anybody. Jay-Z isn't going to do a feature hypothetically with Post Malone, right? Or Jay-Z wouldn't do a feature. Jay-Z wouldn't do a feature with Katy Perry, right? He wouldn't do a feature with, you name anybody in pop, and Drake, because he's not a street dude, you can sprinkle a little bit of Drake on anything. He's like goddamn salt and pepper. You can put salt and pepper on anything by anybody. He fits everything, bro. Because that's the case, I don't think that he'll fall off. He'll have to just stop.
The other thing too with Drake, I think it helps because he's from Toronto.
Chris Top, that is a good point, because he said Drake is what 3 Stacks was supposed to be, and I can see that. The only difference is, right? Yeah, that is good, bro. Because here's the thing. I think that what Drake was able to do is that he jumped on and was hot from the jump, right? From when he jumped on the national scene. So when he had You the Best, right, off of his first that Houston and Vegas mixtape, when the first time you heard Drake, right, on You the Best, he was hot and he still maintained the hotness, right? So I think that because he got hot early on and there wasn't the fall off, it's going to be hard for somebody to ever duplicate what Drake's done because you got to be hot early, and not just hot early. You got to be hot and universally accepted, because even when you think about like even all of these other new young artists like Lil Uzi Vert, you know what I'm saying? Like I personally don't like Lil Uzi Vert's music, but a lot of young people do. But when Drake was Uzi's age, I liked his music, right? And other people who were older than me liked his music. So it's just something about Drake. He just has this likability, but I think that it's because he's not a street dude. And that's what makes him so universally accepted, though, bro. Yeah. He's not going to fall off.
I think, too, it helps because he's from Toronto. And it's like he's like the first big thing from Toronto outside of, you know, Justin Bieber. But I'm just saying, even with that, though, Justin Bieber isn't in that lane. Whereas Drake, he's a rapper, singer. He's like a hybrid. And, you know, it like you said, for all the reasons that you said, he's not going anywhere. He's very well in tune with what's hot, what's not. He's well traveled. So he's even listening to stuff that's hot in the other countries and stuff like that. And not only does he dabble in those different genres, he does them at a high level. So it's one of those things that he is killing. But it's funny that you mentioned.
I think. Go ahead. But I'm gonna say this about him. But the one thing that I do think, I think that through Drake's collaborations, right, he's able to always have his whatever his sound, like even the Drake style. Because see, this is the thing. So you know, oddly enough, bro, you know who I thought could have did a Drake, not the singing, but rapping wise. I think Nas, oddly enough, could have been, you know, provided he put out more content and he had his style, right? Nas's style to me would have lended for now your eyes went up like the Undertaker, bro. Let me tell you this. Let me say this. Let me explain where I'm going. Right? Because Nas came on the scene when he was 19, right? Right around the same age Drake did. And the biggest difference is, like when Nas came out, and within 3 years of him coming out, people already were saying that he was going GOAT level, right? It was early in hip hop, but even still. But everybody universally liked Nas. Universally, most people did, even if you didn't necessarily listen to his music, you just understood that he was one of those dudes. I think that had Nas had the right sounds and production, the same way Drake has kept up with the times, I think Nas could have done that because he was the dude. He was the dude that the chicks used to dig. He had the skill on the mic wise. I think that he could have been a Drake.
I definitely disagree with that, bro. I mean, you guys were talking about him and Hit Boy, how they was fixing to take over and how it was fixing to change the game, and Nas is back.
I didn't say he was gonna take over, but he got a dope song though, man. He had his he just came out with what was his song? Ultra Black. Yeah. And this was funny. If you like Nas, right? If you're a Nas fan, you'll love Ultra Black. If you're a casual fan or you just aren't familiar, it's not gonna move the needle one way or the other to me. But he did release his playlist. I got to check out the playlist for the album. I am, though, curious more than anything. I am curious to see how sonically the album sound. I can imagine what Nas is going to say, but what matters to me is what does the sound like where he's standing on top of that. Oh my gosh, though, bro. I'm not a Nas hater, bro. I'm critical of Nas because he is a GOAT. And I can't just let people who aren't on GOAT stuff.
I'm not a Nas hater either. I like what I like, and I did not like that song. Like that song did nothing. Like that wasn't a single to
I
me.
can see that.
It wasn't impressive.
It's a filler. I put out my song and it wasn't a single, but I thought it was dope enough to put on now to have something out there, have music in circulation. So I can't sit there and hold that against them when I did the same thing.
Yeah, but the difference is I think that you think that most of the songs that you do can go with whatever, even whether you have a quote unquote single or not. But what for Nas, for somebody that rarely puts out music and then you throw out a album cut, that ain't it. So
let me say this, Ace. And I'm gonna get close to the camera when I say this. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? I think that my next project that I put out, the Bel Air 2, song for song, bar for bar, line for line, word for word, is going to be better than anything that you will hear from a rapper this whole year. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Nobody, barring nobody. There is not another rap project that's going to be put out this year. And I don't even know what nobody else is doing. It's not better than mine. Guarantee. Sit on that. Sit on that. I wish I had my ether working right now because I would ether that whole thing there, bro. Hell.
Yeah. I feel you.
You late on my ether, bro. You late on my ether.
Well, you know,
Nas is a GOAT, bro.
No, he a legend.
What'd you say?
I said, you know why I'm late on the ether. You already know what issues we having today. But anyway, we gotta talk about a little something for the ladies, bro. What you got for me?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so listen, man. I thought we was past these entanglements. Man, I thought that was like, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like we had Jada and Will, we had August Alsina, and they were talking about their entanglement, right? It was a buzzword for probably like a good month or 2 months. I thought it was almost done. And then I see that LisaRaye is on an interview. She's with I think it was a podcast with what's the girl, Garcelle, the girl who played Fancy on Jamie Foxx show, right? She's like, she brings up, she said, yeah, Will Smith is my kind of type, basically. And I'd have an entanglement with Will Smith. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, bro, LisaRaye, like, I got so many thoughts about LisaRaye, good and bad, though, man. But I wanted to see Ace Kennedy. What do you think about this, bro, Ham?
Well, the thing is that, for years we've heard the speculation that Will and Jada live their best life. They are well beyond the point of marriage to where they are like life partners. So that there are things that can happen within their relationship that a typical normal relationship could not handle. All I would have to say is that LisaRaye needs to watch herself because she put herself out there and she might find up getting that DM slid on in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this. I think that LisaRaye, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Okay, LisaRaye is knocking on 50 if she's not already 50, right? Mm-hmm. And LisaRaye has been somebody who I believe my entire adult life, and even as far back as I remember seeing LisaRaye on The Wood, I thought LisaRaye was fine. But at the same time, though, bro, do you think LisaRaye got a lot? I'm not gonna say some. You think LisaRaye got a lot of crazy in her, though, bro?
I don't think she has a lot of crazy in her. I just think that she's just one of those strong black females that's not going to put up with a lot. I mean, she was with somebody when she got married that he was wilding. So, I mean, I don't think any female is going to put up with something like that. You know,
she was with like the president of. She was with like the president of Turks and Caicos not that long ago. I say that to say this though, bro. If it was like that, how come ain't nobody just locked it up for good? Like, why are people just saying I'm cool on that?
I mean, I don't know a person.
I got problems with that.
I mean, I'm saying J-Lo still floating
my
around
thing
too.
is that when you,
Halle Berry still floating around.
what's
here.
up now?
You Halle Berry floating around here.
Yeah, but listen, that's very true. But I'm telling you this though, J-Lo ain't never not been like that. J-Lo ain't never not been. She might go move on to the next, but I'm sure, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's always somebody who's willing to. But I just think that, J-Lo has had relationship marriages that have, resulted in kids that have done this, that, and the other. And I just think, bro, that LisaRaye gives me that Halle Berry feel. Like, I just think that LisaRaye, and I don't know her at all. I'm just saying this is the feel that I get just off of looks alone, from hearing her speak and different things. I just think that LisaRaye gives me that feel where somebody will be like, you know what? It ain't even worth this, bro. It is not like that.
What about Melissa Ford?
Who?
Melissa Ford.
Same thing. Something tells me that these dudes who clamored for it, got it, said, all right. And then once that crazy came out, they was like, nah, I'm cool. Somebody is saying that.
Well,
I don't have any proof. I don't have anybody who's ever co-signed this. I'm just saying that I get the same Halle Berry feel. And I think Halle Berry's married now, if I'm not mistaken. But I think that she went through a stretch, you know what I'm saying, in her 20s, 30s, where she was kind of, moving around, doing some things or whatever. And don't get me wrong, Halle is, I think she's like 54, dog, and she's probably about as fine as I ever remember her being, though, bro. From an older woman, not even an older, just period, right? Some people say, oh, you're fine for a certain age. No, just period. But I'm just saying, though, bro, like, even still, I don't think that she's quite escaped the stigma in my head that, something just she might be crazy, though, bro. Janet Jackson is another one. I thought I was the only one. Janet Jackson seems like she's quiet crazy. She seems like
I ain't gonna be talking about my cousin like that.
Listen, Ace. Janet Jackson seems like she's so quiet with her crazy that I just get that she might just do something like poison your drink, but not poison you to where you can die. She'll just put a couple of drops in it so you'll be sick for a little. Not even the eye, shit, just put something in your food so you sick for a long time. It won't kill you, but it'll just mess with your stomach, and you sitting here going to the doctor's office. They can't figure out what's going on, and she seems crazy enough to go right there along with you to all your doctor's visits, so the doctors can't figure out. She just in the back of her head thinking like, yeah, I spike the boy food every time because last month I looked through his phone and he couldn't explain this, that, and the other, and I ain't leave him, but I just wanted to get back at him.
What about
you don't get that feel from Janet Jackson, bro?
Again, I am not going to talk about my cousin like that. That is family. I'm not going to talk about her like that.
Listen, bro. Yeah. You mean to tell me LisaRaye Halle Berry, you know what I'm talking about. There are certain.
We need to make a list for Friday. Toni Braxton.
Yes, she is on that. She is on that list. And the bad part about it, though, bro, is Tamar thinks that she should be on that list. That is the bad part about it. Like, Tamar seems like no one thinks it is worth it, bro, except her. But I think, though, bro, that Toni Braxton, yes, she always just kind of, for something, you might hear her in conversation and she may say everything that's correct, bro, and everything but bruh, yes, Tony Braxton, if you did a doggone tournament, if you did a tournament of all the women, if you did a top 10 list, they would be on there, bro. They gotta be top 5. Am I wrong in that, bro? Like,
you're not wrong. It's definitely a conversation worth having, bro. Like, you know.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah, your girl. What about Nia Long?
I don't. You know what? I don't think that Nia Long, but I do think Sanaa Lathan though.
See, why you gotta bring up my girl?
I think Sanaa Lathan is. I don't think Nia Long, but I think that Sanaa Lathan. Yeah.
That's just because
yeah.
Beyonce. That's the only reason why you saying that.
And she bit Beyonce, so that just didn't make it work. Why would you bite Beyonce, bro? Like, who else has that story in the whole world? I bit Beyonce. Like, she's crazy, bro. Like, are you serious right now? Dog, come on, man. Yes. You gotta be good. How does that not qualify? Doesn't that automatically qualify? I bit Beyonce, dog. Yeah. What?
Yeah, that's a little out there.
Sanaa Lathan is on the list. 5. Top 5. I think they got to be top 5. I don't think Melissa Ford. Melissa Ford's old school videos. I might even put her in that list, even though she does qualify. But I'm talking about top 5s, though, bro. Yeah. Halle Berry got to be still number 1, though, bro. Got to be number 1. But for me, Sanaa Lathan probably is number 2. I'm sorry, bro. She above LisaRaye on that list, though, man. Oh my gosh, though, man. Oh my god.
What's up, man? Yo, before we get out of here, bro. Did you check out Project Power yet?
It's fire, bro. It's dope.
Yeah,
it's super dope. I was thoroughly impressed with everything about. I can't even think of anything that I dislike about it. It was dope, bro. I thought it was real dope. I mean, there's one thing that I do wish, right? And maybe this is because it's that Matrix 1 feel, right? There seems like there's going to be a part 2 if there is or whatever. But I want to see all of the skills, right? I want to see, now that you know what he's capable of doing, I want to see it on the small scales, the everyday, because, you see him winning all the fights, beating up everybody. But whatever his, special powers are, I want to see him do it more than just the one big time, though, man. So it was fire, though, bro. That's the only complaint that I have, but that's very small, though, man.
Yeah, it's interesting because you see the effects that it takes on his body. So I'm wondering if there is a way to work on a longer lasting than just 5 minutes, because, that was the thing. Anybody that had perfected what their power is, they can only use it for 5 minutes. So it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see what they would do with that, especially since his daughter is the key to everything. So I thought it was really good. I'm definitely looking. I'm glad it was a Netflix movie. Don't know that I would have quite as enjoyed it if I would have went to the theater. I think it would have looked good on the big screen, but I definitely enjoyed watching it as a Netflix movie.
Ooh, good question. Before we get on out of here, though, shout out to Dennis for this one. Did you think Old Guard was better than this?
I did.
I think so too, bro. I think so too. I love Old Guard. Like that. So I'm gonna tell you this: what I love about both of them, right? I just love the creativeness behind the idea of you having unlimited power for 5 minutes, right? And then for your power to be different, you can die. Everybody's power would be different. Like, I thought that it was dope that the guy who's chameleon, he blended in. I thought the only one that was kind of not that it was whack, but the one who had the Wolverine where his stuff popped out. I thought for him to have such a cool thing, he got whooped pretty easily. But I thought that the story of Old Guard was more intriguing to me, though, man. It was dope.
Yeah, it definitely left.
So I got to say it was better story.
yeah, people watching Old Guard definitely was waiting to see what's gonna happen next, especially because they brought old girl back from the water. Like, and then obviously with what's her name losing her power, like it's dwindling away. So, but at the same time, from a movie standpoint, you obviously have to bring her back because she's the namesake of the franchise that's going to bring the viewers in. So you got to keep her around. You can't really kill her off, but at the same time, to have a black lead with the young girl that was in the Marines. So Old Guard definitely, it felt really good to me. Now, what do you think out of these three?
Yeah,
Old Guard, Extract.
Well, let me tell you this.
I
think that. Okay. Let me say this. I think that Old Guard would have Old Guard still. I think Old Guard to me is a movie that I think would have done well in the movie theaters as well. Right. I am glad that they all dropped on Netflix. Here's the thing that I think though, man. I absolutely love Extraction, bro. And what I liked about Extraction to me, maybe it's that I shoot my own videos, like my video that I just put out. But I like the. Hey, you late on that one, but that's all right. That was all right there. But I like the action. Like I love. If you go back and you watch Extraction, you'll know what I mean. But and you and I, we talked about this separately and not in comparison to the other two. But I love the first person perspective, or not the first person perspective, but how it looks like if you have a camera guy, like there's a camera guy that feels like he's running around with them everywhere, because every movement you see, and there's bumps in the camera that shows when they're going up the steps. It's not all like smooth shooting and everything like that. It's so live action. I think that's the one thing I love about Extraction. And I like the color correction on it. The LUTs that they use on it is fire though, bro. I love that. But overall, if I had to rank the three, I still would say Old Guard, Project Power, and then Extraction. But I can toss around those last two though. What about you? What order would you put them in?
I think for me, cinematography, I'm going with I love the cinematography in Project Power. The story wise, I like the Old Guard. And then obviously the action sequences, I liked Extraction because they were so in your face. Even though I did like a bunch of the Old Guard sequences because they were like especially when they went militant, and then they were like, as far as like knowing where to be, when to be, because they have done it so much, like they just knew each other. And so I thought all of those sequences were dope. So it would probably be Old Guard, Extraction, and then Project Power. I think what I liked about Project Power is because I don't know if it's a comic book story or not, but I thought it was cool to see a different take on a comic books type franchise. And of course,
Jamie, I think that
in that scene too.
Yeah. I think that, like I said, I think the thing that I really, really, really like about Extraction are the action scenes, because like what I like, right, is that it's not like if you watch Expendables, right? And you watch Expendables and they just and it's just unlimited guns, right? I think I like on his when you see clip switch, and you see, and it looks more realistic. It looks like Homeboy could have done all of his own stunts because it was that fluid to me, though, man. But I loved it, though, man.
Yeah, it was great.
Yep. Hey, we what you got until Friday, man?
Yo, man, definitely gonna be mixing some more of your songs now that I got a lot of the stems. I'm definitely working on a new song that I'm writing. Finally picked a new beat to start vibing to, so I'm excited about that. Other than that, man, I'm trying to finalize the album cover so that I can get this song up so that y'all can see this video. So I'm excited about it. So a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I think that for me, man, I think that this week I'm very much in the same, man. I think that I got a couple of little I got probably 3 songs that I think are in progress that if I can finish them on up by the end of the week, they may be keepers for the album though, bro. But if they don't, then then they'll just carry on over. But I'm excited about them though, man. So hopefully I can go ahead and finish writing and record them, get it all over to you as well, though, man. But that's other than that, that is it. And I was hoping here that if I can keep a little bit of sunlight on out here, that I can go for this jog real quick, man, and get back in time to catch some of this Lakers game and see what this thing hitting for, though, man. So we got to touch back down on Friday and some of these last couple playoff games here, though, man, because I think by then the Lakers would have played twice, today and another day. So yeah, we got some stuff that we're gonna be talking about.
Yes, sir. All right, bro.
Hey, get us on out here, Ace Kennedy. Slash Brothers. One love.